Edward, or what he's mostly referred to as Double D, is one of the main three characters in Ed, Edd n Eddy. Most notably, the brains of the Ed trio. Double D is a polite young man with a pacifist personality. Even though the Eds are viewed as an annoyance, Double D is shown to have the most respect in his group. He is usually seen as the go-to guy when it comes to solving problems.
Double D, can you help us? It's a little embarrassing. Plank's got this growth. Is it serious?
This is probably due to his ability to brainstorm ideas and ability to create gadgets out of random items. Double D is shown to also be a perfectionist and a neat freak, and to like to have things in order, to a point where even his room is labeled. Yeah.
That's disturbing.
He even goes as far as to count every single ant in his ant farm.
4,831, 4,835, that's everybody, 4,837.
Maybe he has OCD or something. Since he's used to everything being organized, even something as simple as his magnifying glass being missing, he has a panic attack.
It's gone. Eddie! Someone took my magnifying glass. I feel so violated.
Maybe you misplaced it.
Never! What has become of this world? Is nothing sacred? No, everything is soiled. Who would do such a thing? Who would violate the sanctity of somebody's room with their filthy hands? Oh, I feel sick. I feel nauseous. I can't breathe.
Or that scene where he tried to attack Eddie because Eddie unorganized his books.
Choice of rules? Man, get a life, Double D.
Eddie, no! Okay, that's it. I'm gonna give you such a thrashing.
Double D wears a reddish-orange t-shirt, blue shorts, and reddish-orange socks that run all the way up to his legs, and his signature hat. This is what our main focus is going to be on today. A lot of people, including myself, just assume he had cornrows under his hat. I mean, it sounds plausible, but there are a couple things to consider. For one, if Double D just simply had braids, we wouldn't have gotten this reaction.
Jeez Louise, cool.
If it was something as simple as braids, he could just simply take them out or change his hairstyle if he felt embarrassed. I think it's just his regular hair that's pushed back because of his hat. Eddie's hair was the same way in the episode Mirror Mirror on the Ed, when he pretended to be Double D in the episode.
Pardon me, Rolf, but I have composed a theory. Once upon an observation of this small rock, I have discovered it actually mutated from a big rock. Intriguing.
Also in the episode Boy and His Ed, we can see strands of hair sticking out in the front of his cap and the back of his cap when the Eds were dressed as Kevin. The website gained lunch from Rubble when Double D takes off his hat when he wins a match isn't canon, so whatever's under his hat must be something shocking, because usually in shows when a character is normally seen with the hat, at some point in the series there will be a shot with them without their hat. Some examples are Twister from Rocket Power, Wacko from the Animaniacs, the kids from South Park, Finn from Adventure Time. Even Kevin was seen without his hat.
Hey Nash, how about I let you wear my hat?
No thanks, Kevin. Hats mess up my do.
Remember the old gang from your neighborhood? That little guy with the braces? Or those crazy sisters who wanted to marry you and all your friends? Or that kid whose best friend was a piece of wood? Or the guy with the pet goat who you turned into a hot dog that one time?
I am a wiener.
You remember them, right? Ed, Edd n Eddy, tonight at 8 on Cartoon Network. They'd love to hear from you.
When doing research for this video, I came across some fan theories. One theory was that Double D's brain was exposed, so he wears a hat to hide it. Or he has a conjoined twin on the top of his head and uses his hat to cover it up. I even heard a theory that Double D's parents put a sticking on the top of his head and ripped it off, sort of like getting the wax, and left a permanent mark on his head. Some people speculate whatever Double D's hiding under his hat has something to do with the dodgeball incident mentioned in the episode Ed and the Half Shell. For those who can't remember this episode, Sarah tells Ed to look after Jimmy while she's at a ballet class. Jimmy faints and Double D suggests they should play some games, which Eddie says he knows what game they should play, which happens to be dodgeball. In that scene, Double D is clearly the most nervous one in the situation. He's literally sweating bullets and is shown to have some sort of PTSD.
Hello, Double D.
Eddie, wait. I have a history with this game. What's that? I see flashes, Eddie. Deep-rooted images. Like tentacles. Strangulating every rational nerve. Oh, I'm reliving it, Eddie.
But it's got your face on it, Double D.
Listen to me, Eddie. Eddie, it's gym class all over again!
Get over it, Shakespeare.
When doing research for this video, I came across the former storyboard artist DeviantArt profile. This is what they had to say.
In Ed's old school, other students mercilessly targeted him in dodgeball. After too many hits to the head, as he put it, he finally designed a dodgeball shooting cannon to retaliate. The resulting injuries to all his classmates scarred Ed much more than any abuse he'd received to his own person. This would have been the origin of his pacifism and a hint at why he was so crushed by the events in A Fistful of Ed. It can also be interpreted as a reason that his family moved to Peach Creek, and perhaps it could be responsible for some of the coldness he receives from his parents. Ed has always had an irrational fear of authority and even of himself in some situations. This backstory was my attempt to rationalize that without changing the core of his character.
Cool. I could see that. Does that have something to do with what's under his hat?
No, actually. It was meant to be a fake out of sorts. Before he revealed this secret, he took off his hat willingly in front of his friends as a sign he was finally comfortable with them. When he did, a newspaper clipping spilled out with a photo of him when he was younger, in handcuffs, giving a public apology to his school. It's played much like the other scene in the movie where it comes off. You never get to see it, but you get to hear about the dodgeball incident instead. The two things are unrelated.
So yeah, that explains his pacifist nature, but not what's under his hat. But I speculate it has to be some sort of scar or previous injury, or we wouldn't have gotten this reaction.
You're on your own, Eddie. I refuse to partake in games of vengeance.
Oh, really? How about I blow the whistle on what's under that hat of yours, Double D?
You wouldn't dare, would you?
Or this comment from the Big Picture Show.
My eyes! They're burning!
You stop that!
Does it hurt, Double D?
Oh, shush!
This is really the only thing I could find close to an answer, since the crew that works on the show wants to leave the mystery up in the air. But tell me, what do you think is under Double D's hat? Leave your theory in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear it out.
Yes, that's right. By the tree, by Naz's house. If you could come at... Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Sorry for not really uploading, I've been kind of busy. Honestly, I was trying to start this series in the beginning of October, but that's life, I guess. Oh well. See you on the next video.
Slide on the soap. 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 Slide on the soap.